Hey, Sam, are you there? Please answer me when you see these messages. I'm really confused right now. I mean, the house is completely empty. What's going on? Where are you? Can you please get back to me soon?
What do you mean? Why do you need me to explain all of this to you when I left a letter there in the house for you to read?
Well, I know, I saw it and I read the letter, but still, it just doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Well, I really don't know what all you want me to tell you. I mean, I wrote it all in plain English in that letter. This really shouldn't be all that difficult. Are you seriously going to make me restate all that I wrote in there for you? What was even the point of going out of my way to write that?
Well, what you wrote in the letter was that you didn't want to be married to me any longer. You said that you never, ever wanted to see me again as well. Is all of this really true? Please, tell me that you're not serious about this.
Of course I'm serious. You said so yourself that the house was mostly empty. I even wrote you the damn letter. But here's the thing. You and I just don't work out well together. I mean, let's just face some of the facts, right? I come from an extremely wealthy and successful family. I just really don't see how you could ever think that you and I go well together. I mean, did you really think that you were good enough for me?
Are you saying that you really think that you're so much better than me? I can't believe what I'm reading.
Oh, come on. We both know this was true. Don't pretend like you're surprised to hear any of this. I've been wanting to do this for a while now. And it's just I was only now able to bring myself to do it. But now that it's all said and done, I'll make one thing clear. You and I are not getting married. Do you understand me?
But I had no idea that you wanted to do any of this. Did I do something to you? I'm sorry if I screwed up.
You don't have anything to apologize for. The thing is that it was always going to end up like this. But anyways, now that we understand each other, can you please never ever contact me again?
You mean you really don't think that there's anything that we can do to make this work at all? You want to be rid of me that badly?
Look, I've decided that I want to spend the rest of my life with another woman. Do you understand me? So, I don't need you in my life making a mess of things anymore.
I don't even know what to say to any of this. You're not the person that I thought you were at all, Sam. I can't believe that you're actually doing all of this the day before you and I were supposed to get married.
Well, I knew that I was running out of time, and so I had to make a decision fast. Besides, better to do this now while we're not married than wait until we are, right?
Is this funny to you? Is what you're doing to me some kind of joke or something like that? What even am I to you that you think that you can treat me like this? That you think you can talk to me this way?
I don't really care all that much about you at all, Hilda. I just want to be able to live my life the way that I see fit. Do you understand?
Be that as it may, don't you think there were nicer ways that you could have gone about this? Or maybe you just shouldn't have hidden all of these thoughts and emotions from me in the first place.
I wasn't hiding anything from you. I was always the way better person than you ever were, and I meant it when I said that this was always going to end this way. But don't worry. If you're upset because of the last-minute engagement cancellation, then I could pay you off. There's no need to throw a fit.
You really are just pathetic. Do you know that? I hope that this makes you happy at least.
Actually, the only pathetic one around here is you, Hilda. But don't worry about me. I am sure that I'll be just fine without you.
Bree, are you there? I really don't know what to even think right now, but I need to know the truth. Did you do it? Oh, hey, Hilda. I'm sorry, I'm not sure that I understand what you're talking about. Did I do what? Is everything okay? Look, if I'm wrong about this, then I am really, really sorry, but I just need to know if you're with Sam. Oh, yes, we're together. He was actually so happy when I said that I would go out with him. And now I've tried squeezing him for everything that he's worth, so I'll probably dump him soon. But do you know exactly what you're going to do from here on out? Well, I was only going to do what we talked about doing on the phone, Hilda. I mean, this was our plan, right? That's why we've done all that we have. I know that we planned this all out, but, well, I guess I'm just surprised at how well it actually worked. I mean, you got together with Sam, got him to shower you with gifts and money? Well, a girl has got to live, doesn't she? But you are still happy that we're doing this, aren't you? I mean, you know that Sam is going to get in trouble from here on out, right? You know, I really was thinking that he was going to wait until the day of the wedding. I was actually totally ready to expose him during a speech that I was going to give that day. Oh, shoot. Well, that would have been amazing to see. I'm really sorry that I took your chance to get back at him like that. That would have rocked. But I guess it all worked out because now I'm going to be able to squeeze him for even more money before everything comes crashing down on him. Yeah, I mean, as long as all of that happens, I suppose that's what really matters. But I guess this means that you probably need to leave town for a while. Do you have any idea when you're going to be coming back? Oh, I don't think I'll be going back to town anytime soon. But as soon as I know where I'm going to end up, I'll let you know and invite you over. Great. I really can't wait to see where it is that you end up. Just make sure to take care of yourself. I know that we've done a lot and have come this far, but who knows what a dog like Sam will do when he's backed into a corner. Oh, I am sure that things are going to be just fine. I think I know how to handle a guy like Sam. But good luck getting over all that's happened. I really mean that. I hope that you find someone really nice when you're ready to start dating again. Thank you so much, Bree. Yes, it may be a little soon right now, but I am ready to be with someone who actually wants to be with me. I guess that means that I'll hear from you when all of this is quieted down a little more then, right? I guess so. Good luck with everything, and I'll talk to you then, Hilda. Hey, Sam, I was just curious. Did you actually mean to send me an invitation to your wedding? This isn't a joke, right?
Hey there, Hilda. Of course it's not a joke. I would love for you to be at my wedding. You will actually show up there, won't you?
Don't you think that it's a bit early to be getting married, given that we just broke off our engagement? I mean, we literally broke up only a month ago. How are you already getting married to someone else?
I don't know what you want me to say. I found the perfect woman for me. And I don't see what would be the point in waiting through a long engagement. So, after I proposed to my new fiancé, she said that she wanted to get married as possible. It wasn't easy, but we're all set up to get married next month. After all, I really want to see my loser ex-fiancé's face while I get married before she does.
Well, you know that you don't have to hide the fact that you're getting married to my friend Bree anymore.
I don't need you to tell me that. After all, her name is on the wedding invitation, isn't it? I bet you were so shocked when you realized who I was getting married to. But there's nothing you can do about it now. We're going to get married, and that's that.
Well, I guess I didn't know for sure, but I was able to put some of the clues together and piece it all.
Man, you sure are good at pretending as if I didn't just ruin your life. After all, Bree is your best friend in the whole wide world. I bet that you never thought in a million years that a friend as close as Bree would stab you in the back like this. You're probably so shocked, you don't even know what to even say.
That really isn't it at all, actually. If anything, I'm surprised that you would want to marry a woman who would betray her best friend so easily.
Well, I don't know what you want me to say. We all have crazy decisions to make on the path of true love. And so if your friend wants to betray you in the same way that I did, then if anything, that tells me that her and I are really meant to be together.
Well, I don't know if that's more sad or creepy or both, but that is not how a good relationship starts.
And just what do you know about good relationships, huh? You lost your fiancé and your best friend all in one fell swoop. You're just jealous and lonely. But I guess I can't blame you for it. After all, not only did you lose your fiancé and your best friend, but you lost them because they're actually getting married.
I know what being betrayed means, and I understand what it means in this context. Thank you, Sam.
Well, then I guess you know that you only have yourself to blame for all of this, right? If you wanted to stay with me, then you should have worked hard to make yourself seem like a good wife. I mean, you do know that Bree is the daughter of a CEO, right? Not only that, but she is just gorgeous as well. And on top of that, she always dressed so nice and makes herself look so pretty. She's basically the perfect catch from her family down to herself. And I've made her all mine.
Right. Well, I guess if you're so set on the message, then I'll go to your wedding.
Wait a second. You mean, even after all that I've said here, that you'll still want to go to my wedding? Are you being serious?
What do you mean? Are you surprised that I'd accept your invitation? I just want to be there to watch when everything comes crashing down on top of you and you're left with nothing.
What in the world are you talking about? You think that I'm going to come out the loser in this? You've already lost. It's all over. Don't you get that?
So you say, but I don't think that the final curtain is quite fallen yet. Either way, I think we'll both have an eventful day tomorrow.
You think that I don't know you're just trying to get me nervous before my wedding? Well, it's not going to work, you loser. Good morning, Hilda. Isn't it just a beautiful day outside? I bet that you're sure eating your words that you had for me yesterday.
I'm sorry, did you get up this early on your wedding day just to send me texts like this? Don't you have more important things to be doing, like, I don't know, getting ready for the wedding?
Don't you try and tell me what to do. I know exactly what I need to be doing. Thank you very much. And did you really think that I was just going to ignore you all day because I'm getting married?
I didn't expect you to, if I can be honest. I would have just thought that you'd have other things to do in the meantime.
Oh, don't you worry about the wedding. I had already had practice arranging for one. So planning the second one was a cinch. Can't wait to see you there.
It's kind of funny, isn't it? You're looking forward to getting married and I'm looking forward to your downfall. Which one is it going to be?
Okay, your jealousy is really getting out of control. Do you know that? Did you really think I was going to choose a pauper like you when I had a princess who wanted to marry me instead? Our wedding is going to cost $200,000. Did you know that? So you better not miss it.
I guess you still haven't seen the news then, have you? You really might want to check out what's going on.
What are you talking about? What news? Why would I want to waste my time watching something boring like that, when I could be messing with you instead?
Well, it's just that you're the one that said you were having the $200,000 wedding, but I really don't think you know anything.
Okay, fine. I'll play along and check out the news. Wait a second. No, this can't be real. Please tell me that this was some kind of joke or something. This can't be.
Ah, I take it that you found the story that I was talking about then? So what do you think?
I just mean, it's going to rain today. I checked the weather just last night and it said it was going to be clear. But now the weather changed to be rainy. Oh man, this totally sucks. We were going to have the reception outdoors this afternoon.
You know what? Don't say that I didn't try to warn you. I guess we'll just see each other at the wedding.
Is that all you had for me? A little rain? Did you really think that I would ever let something like that slow me down? You're nothing but a sore loser, Hilda. Hey there, Hilda. Do you have any idea where Bree is right now? I mean, our wedding is going to be starting soon, and I thought she would be here by now. But I haven't even seen her parents around here. Do you have any idea what might be happening?
Yeah, I don't think that Bree is actually going to be showing up at your wedding today.
What are you talking about? That doesn't make any sense. It's literally Bree and I who are getting married. Of course she's going to show up. I don't know, maybe she's just driving here with her parents. And their car got stuck in some traffic somewhere.
But don't you think that you'd be able to reach her if she was just stuck in traffic with her parents? Actually, the thing is that the company that Bree's parents own actually filed for bankruptcy today. It was actually all over the news yesterday. It turns out that they were in a lot of corporate debt, and in the end, that was their undoing. You mean you still haven't heard the news?
But you mean, are you telling me that none of them are going to be at my wedding because the company went under?
That's right. I think they all fled in the night. Although I had heard from Bree that this was all just a matter of time before it happened. I guess that her parents have always been pretty reckless with money and investments, and this is the end product.
But then, does that mean that you knew this was coming this whole time?
Yeah, of course I knew. After all, Bree told me because we're best friends. But even if she hadn't told me, her dad's company was huge, and I'm sure that some news would have reached me either way.
No, this can't be right. This can't be happening. What is going to happen to me if I don't get married today?
That really isn't any of my business at all, but I just thought that you should know that's why you won't be seeing Bree today. But that's just fine for you, right? After all, it seemed like you were more interested in who her family was than who she is.
I won't get to see her today. But then what's going to happen to the wedding? This is really, really bad. What's going to happen to everything here?
Oh, well, the wedding is going on. Don't worry about that. I'll even MC the whole thing.
Don't be ridiculous. How will that work at all, huh? How are you supposed to have a wedding when the bride isn't even going to be here?
Oh, trust me, it'll be fun. After all your guests are here and waiting for the ceremony to begin. You should come on out.
I don't even know what to think. My head is spinning. This wasn't supposed to happen.
We don't have time for you to freak out. The wedding should have started a few minutes ago. Just how long are you going to keep your adoring fans waiting? You can hear them getting restless, can't you?
What? What did you do? What the heck is this? You call this a wedding? I want you to explain what is going on right now.
I'm pretty sure that I already spelled it all out for you in the speech that I just gave. Weren't you listening? I was changing the event from your wedding to your big reveal party. Now everyone is going to get to hear all about the wrong that you've done. But don't worry, we're just getting started. And it sounded like the crowd is really getting riled up. I mean, I think they especially liked the parts where I went into all that detail about just what kind of things that you've been getting up to in the past few weeks.
But how could you do this? Don't you know that I have family and relatives and friends here? Why are you doing this to me in front of all of them?
Oh, don't you worry. You still haven't seen anything yet. I just told you that we're only getting started. After all, I have all the proof about the affair that you've been having at your office.
Wait a second. You mean to tell me that you knew that I was doing that?
Of course I knew that you were doing that. What was the girl's name again? Jessica? You remember her, right? She was the girl that you tried to propose to with the ring that you gave me. And that wasn't even before we were broken up. I remember when I thought that I had lost your engagement ring. I felt so awful. I was crying for days and begged you to forgive me for what I'd done, but deep down I knew that I couldn't have lost it.
Wait, come on now. You're not actually going to tell everyone here about all of that, right? Don't you know the damage to my reputation you'll do by doing something like that?
Well, I don't even think that's the worst part. After all, it might have meant something if you stayed together with Jessica, but you didn't. Instead, you fled to go and link up with Bree the moment you thought that she had any interest in you. But she knew that you were going to be coming for her from a mile away.
I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. I mean, how do you know all of this? Just how much of my life do you actually know about? Jessica is old news. She already quit from the company, and she's long gone. I don't get how you knew about her.
Well, I know about her because she told me all about your affair herself.
That still doesn't make any sense. Why in the world would she say something like that to you? Why would she even know to go to you? I never told her that I was engaged.
You see, the thing is that Bree and Jessica were actually old classmates, and of course, I've known Bree since forever. So basically, Bree was able to tell Jessica about how she wasn't the only woman that you'd lied to and betrayed. But you're right, Jessica actually had no idea that you were engaged before she met me. She just assumed that you'd cheated on her, and that's why you left.
But, so what? What does any of that have to do with what you've done here today at what was supposed to be my wedding?
Well, after Jessica told me her story, Bree and I put our heads together to try and think about how we could put a stop to your horrible behavior.
I see. So then, you knew all along that Bree and I were seeing each other. And you even knew that I was going to end our engagement so that I could be with her? Is that right?
I mean, yeah, that's just about it, really. But then, of course, Bree was always going to have to flee with her parents, and so it was just a matter of revealing your other affairs to everyone. And since all your guests came all this way just to see you, and the bride isn't here, I figured that I'd entertain them another way.
Look, please, whatever you do, please don't tell anyone about my affair with Jessica in the office, okay? My parents had to pull a lot of strings to get me this gig. If this news gets out, then I could really lose my job and be in a lot of trouble. Do you understand?
Ah, there we go. That's what I was looking for. I was wondering when you were going to move from anger to bargaining. And I can see why you'd want to. After all, you have the lawsuits from the affairs to worry about. Not to mention the cost of the wedding.
Wait, what do you mean the cost of the wedding? Why would I have to pay for the wedding?
Well, I just told you that Bree and her family are on the lam because they don't have any money anymore, right? In fact, they have more debt than they do assets, so someone is going to have to pay for this $200,000 wedding.
But no, I mean, I've already put tens of thousands of dollars down on this thing.
Well, I don't know what difference that might make, but the point is that at the end of the day, someone is going to get handed the bill. So the best thing you could do for yourself is to at least enjoy the wedding that you're going to be paying for.
But how am I supposed to enjoy an event that you've hijacked just to humiliate me? This isn't fun for me at all.
Well, I'm having a lot of fun. First, you lose the trust of everyone you know and love, and then you lose all your money as well.
I had no idea that you hated me this much. That you were this upset with me.
Of course I'm upset with you, but I really do owe Bree a big thanks for all that she did to help make this happen. Hey there, Bree. I just wanted to check if things had finally settled down for you. Oh, hey, Hilda. Yeah, things have actually settled down a bit. Thank you for asking. We finally made it somewhere safe, and we're renting a really cheap apartment right now. We've managed to work out a deal with the debt collectors, so we're slowly paying them back while we live out here. Oh, I see. Well, that sounds like it must have been a real mess for everyone involved. Oh yes, it was quite a bit of stress before things finally settled down. But I hear that Sam is also in quite the debt himself. What with the affair and the wedding and all. Actually, I never even bothered to sue him for having an affair on me while we were engaged. To be honest, it just seems too mean to do to someone who had already lost basically everything. Oh, well, I guess that makes sense. Although if I were you, I probably wouldn't have stopped myself from kicking him while he was down. Yeah, but ever since the day of the wedding, his whole family has basically wanted nothing to do with him. I hear that his parents even disinherited him. Not only that, but all his friends that showed up to his wedding also said that they wanted nothing more to do with him. It was a pretty show after I said all that I needed to. But I have to say that it was fun watching a man's life fall apart all around him. So I figured he'd already paid me more than his fair share at that point. Well, as long as you feel good about the whole thing, I suppose that's all that really matters in the end. Oh, but actually, there is something that I wanted to tell you. Sam was the one who insisted on having such an expensive wedding. He said from the very start that he wanted to go all out. I think that he was assuming that my family would cover for everything when it was all said and done, but little did Sam know that we didn't have that kind of money. Oh, I see. So that's why he told me that he's already sunk thousands of dollars into the wedding. Yeah, but in the end, did you know that I barely even managed to get any money out of him? I think that he was faking about how rich he was this whole time. Well, he was always a prideful guy, and I suppose if he really was rich, he might have dove headfirst into being with you just because of how much money he thought you had. But anyways, what's going to happen to you after all of this? Are you stuck with your parents until all that debt is paid off? No, actually. I've started to talk to my ex-husband again. It sounds to me like he's really changed for the better, so I think that we're going to try and make it work again. Oh, really? Wow. Well, that's pretty impressive. I don't think that I could do something like that personally. Yeah, well, I guess we all have our ways that we operate, don't we? I guess so. I mean, as long as it's something that you want to do, then that's really all that matters to me, too. And if your man ends up being lousy to you, feel free to call me and we'll get to the bottom of it one way or another. After everything calmed down following the wedding, I started to move my things out of the apartment where Sam and I had lived together while we were dating and engaged. I took all my belongings and moved to a different building while Sam was stuck back home. I heard that he lost his job after all the news about his affair with Jessica had come to light. I've also heard through the grapevine that he can't even find another office job now. Instead, he works as a day laborer, getting whatever work he can where he can find it. It's almost funny that both him and Bree's parents are now stuck in a tiny little apartment doing everything they can to pay back the debt of all their past mistakes and recklessness. I stopped getting updates about Sam after I moved away. It had been months since I heard anything about him at all until one day, I found out that Sam had returned to the apartment where we used to live and was banging on the door demanding that I come outside. Of course, I wasn't even there to begin with. The police were called and Sam ended up being dragged away. It sounded to me like the stress of all that had happened to him since the wedding day had finally got to him. But if you ask me, he did all of this to himself and has gotten exactly what he deserves for all his lying and cheating. Bree and I still keep in touch, and she's coming to visit me soon, but things sound like they've been going well for her. She managed to move out of her parents' apartment, explaining to them that it was their debt and that she shouldn't be kept there just to pay it off. Now she lives with her ex-husband, who she remarried, and is working. She still sends money to her parents when she can, though. It sounds like things are still going well for Bree and her husband as well. I was worried at first when she told me that she was going to be remarrying him, but after talking to Bree some more, it really does sound like he's made a lot of changes for the better. Or perhaps her husband just knows better than to mess with someone like her now. I know that what we did might seem a bit duplicitous to some, but I knew that the only way to catch Sam would be to set out bait for him and let him hang himself. Besides, I already knew that he was cheating on me, so it was just a matter of collecting all the evidence that we needed to use against him. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to